when Viktor Gyökeres and Martinelli came on, the game immediately shifted. Gyökeres offered something different. From his first few touches, you could see strong hold-up play, constant movement between central backs, a willingness to pin the defender, and most importantly, that aggression Arsenal need because Sunderland are so compact. He didn't just stay central. He drifted into the box, dragged defenders with him, and opened spaces for others. Sunderland's backline suddenly had a problem they couldn't ignore. A lot of things to talk about, but we should bring down the first goal. Gyökeres' first goal perfectly explained his kind of striker. It was also power and conviction with the way he strike the shot. Fine, you can criticize the first touch, but you cannot ignore that conviction and power. No hesitation, no second guessing, just a striker who smells blood in front of goal and he hits the ball so hard. That's Gyökeres for you. And that's what Arsenal have sometimes miss. A forward who doesn't wait for the perfect moment but forces it. Before we go down to the second goal, we have to break down what Martinelli is actually doing lately for us in the dying minute of the game. How many times have we seen this? Late in the game, opponent pushing forward, space opening. I can remind you against Aston Villa, I can remind you against Noah in the Bayern Munich Champions League. A lot of time, Martinelli turning up in the dying minute of the game. His pace, decision making, and directness in this moment are elite. He turns counters into real chances. When it comes to counter, we know Martinelli for that. And we cannot actually look aside that Trossard has actually dropped form lately a little bit. And Martinelli deserves from minutes because he's been consistent coming in from the bench and sometimes starting in the Champions League, especially in games where Arsenal can exploit spaces late on. So talking about the second goal, Gyökeres drifting to the far post and Martinelli delivering the decisive pass. Talking about understanding, we can actually see it now that Gyökeres understands Arsenal game right now as we are speaking. One thing stood out clearly. Gyökeres' movement complements the winger right now. Unlike Bukayo Saka and others, it's not to shade the starboard, but right now his movements, the way Trossard knows how he move, Madueke and maybe Madueke haven't got his game well, but Martinelli and Trossard especially has known Gyökeres' gameplay. Speaking about someone else, we have to talk about Zubimendi. That goal. The more you watch Zubimendi strike, the better it gets. At first glance, it looks simple, right? Then you notice the ball in detail. Where is this ball moving to? The more it's moving away from goal, and the ball actually adjusted in. Like, he sends the ball in. It's not like he just made the ball. He's a player that is so wise and he knows what he's doing. He didn't just shoot the ball, he sent the ball in. That's one thing you guys should actually know. Pure intelligence at its finest. But beyond the goal, Zubimendi was actually excellent throughout the game. Directing tempo, progressed the ball calmly, always available as an outlet. That's Zubimendi for you. He didn't force anything and he controlled them. This is the type of midfielder Arsenal actually thrive with. Someone who balanced discipline and creativity. We are seeing someone of Shaka and Partey in one person. That's the advantage of Zubimendi that a lot of people do not know. So with the scoreline suggests comfort, Sunderland actually deserves credit, to be honest. They came with a clear plan. Direct play, strong aggressive attackers, long balls into the channel, physical duels. And Arsenal were actually tested, especially Gabriel and Saliba. It was actually tough for Saliba at the beginning, but as the game moved on, Gabriel supported and everything got balanced. The area battles, physical challenge, and second balls. And they actually handled it very well. Their position in recovery speed and composure ensure Sunderland never truly threatened us. Although they possess a lot of choice, but since they did not score, then the defenders actually win there. So there are a lot of ugly moments in the game they have to actually talk about. So praises to Sunderland with that kind of direct play from Broby, from Ballard to the back, the keeper playing directly. This team actually deserve a lot of credit. Sunderland deserve a lot of credit. So for the context of the game, Arsenal went to stretch the lead at the top of the table and send this clear message that this is being clinical. Even if you are not at this finest, you can still beat him ruthlessly. Anybody seeing 3-0 would say Arsenal beat them mercilessly without watching the match. But the game was actually very tough. But that's it. See you guys later. And subscribe and like for more Arsenal content.